So what is the news? Is Rohit Sharma hurt? Not hurt? Or is he going to be hurt? Have the selectors looked at a crystal ball and determined that Rohit Sharma is going to be hurt and hence he will not be playing in either the T20 or the ODI or the Test series in Australia? We don't know. What has been really interesting is that as soon as the selection was announced, Sunil Gavaskar mentioned some doubts about why Rohit Sharma was not picked. And he based it on, after observing Rohit Sharma practicing and playing quite freely at the nets in Mumbai Indians. Now, don't get me wrong, guys. Sometimes you can have an injury that needs to be, treated like a surgery that needs to be taken care for long-term benefit. And you can strap yourself up and then play some small, low-intensity games. And then afterwards, you can resume. I mean, you go in for surgery and then you come back as a changed person. We don't know, but it does get tongues wagging. And this has been the history of cricket. To understand this a little bit more, let's cast our mind back a year ago when reports surfaced that there were differences in opinion between the then vice captain Rohit Sharma and the then captain Virat Kohli. In fact, both of them are still vice captain and captain of the Indian team as far as I think ODI and T20 are concerned. So at that time, everybody said, oh, there is nothing, the team is all working on as a single unit and so on and so forth. Yet, what we noticed was that series was a very interesting one. India swept the T20, which was 5 games, then lost the ODIs and the tests. And it's amazing that a team that started out so strong in an alien land and then finished so weak. Something doesn't just add up. Now, if you've noticed in the past, we have had people going up against the captain Virat Kohli. First one was Anil Kumble. Remember the Champions Trophy final where Virat Kohli won the toss and inexplicably fielded on a road front of a wicket. And needless to say, Pakistan put up a big total thanks to some drop catches and India lost the game. Now, when apparently he was questioned by the coach as to why he chose to field when he had won the toss, Virat Kohli got all miffed up and then went and complained to the board, and the board was more than willing to bend to the wishes of the captain, and they fired Anil Kumble, the man who got the most number of wickets ever for India in test matches. See, this is how India and Indians treat bowlers versus batsmen. Remember, guys, you need to take 20 wickets to win a test match. It doesn't matter. And yet we treat our bowlers like lesser than the batsmen. And there are many instances that I can go and cite. For example, why do bowlers not become captains as much as the batsmen do? Why? Somebody can answer this question. I'd be happy to know. Because I have seen that almost always it is the batsman that seems to get the upper hand. Okay, that's one story. Now, why is this important? Why is it important that a certain player be the one calling the shots on the field and a certain coach be the one directing the team? Now, this is where match fixing comes in. I'm not saying that any of the games that have been played recently have been fixed. However, I have my doubts. Like I said about the second IPL match of this season between Kings 11 Punjab and the Delhi Capitals, where Punjab contrived to lose a game. They had tied the scores, 3 balls to go. They managed to lose 2 wickets and not score the winning run. And then the match went into super over and Kings 11 lost that one. So you can call me conspiracy theorist. In fact, I expect when this thing goes on Twitter, there'll be a lot of people saying, oh, you have nothing but a conspiracy theorist. You don't love the game. Far from it. I love this game of cricket. What it is that I don't like is questionable decisions that don't pass the smell test. We have a list of selectors who are getting paid to do their job. So that means they need to have done their homework. If you are disqualifying a player based on medical ground, then you make sure that all the additional information, documentation along with it. What is exactly the cause of injury? Who was the name of the doctor? Where was he examined? What are the reports saying? I'm not saying that I need to look at his blood sample test report, but there has to be a certain sense of fairness. Being fair to the player also, not just to the public. That needs to happen. But all that doesn't happen. So why am I saying all these things? Because to understand where cricket is today, and I can tell you it is going downhill very fast. To understand all this, you need to read my new book. My new book is titled Who Painted My Lust Red? And it is a fictional story of Bollywood getting together with cricket and politicians, and what happens when you get these three explosive things into one messy cocktail. And again, these match fixing, betting, politicians becoming presidents of cricket associations, most of them don't even know how a bat looks like. They would have not even seen the bat in their lifetime. In fact, if you ask them, can you just bat one ball, they might even not know how to hold the bat. That is the kind of level of knowledge they have about the game, and yet they want to become the president of a cricket association. This started a few years ago. Why did it start? What are the benefits? Why does match fixing happen? Why is betting going on? Today it continues to thrive. Despite the 2013 revelations of 3 players being caught match fixing, things continue to go. Hundreds of thousands of crores are being bet on all these IPL games. It has become nothing but a spectacle. A gentleman's game has become a gentleman's club. And to know more about this, please look at my book. You may want to read this thing. It is available in print, in hardbound and paperback in India. And for those who are living abroad, outside of India, you can get my ebook. Thank you once again, and thanks for all your support. I would like you to support me as strongly as you did for my first book in this trilogy, Who Painted My Money White. Once again, thanks for watching and subscribe to PGurus channel. Namaskar.